Greetings primates, welcome back to another story with AI the Story Guy. Today we will be discussing feral people in the United States and their origins in North American folklore. Feral people, or individuals who have lived in the wild without human socialization, have long been a subject of fascination and curiosity. Today, we'll explore the history of feral people in North America, how they came to be, and the impact they have had on American culture. The concept of feral people has its roots in North American folklore, specifically in the tales of Native American tribes. Many tribes had stories of children who were abandoned or lost in the wilderness and raised by wild animals. These children were said to have developed extraordinary physical abilities and an innate connection to nature. One of the most famous stories of a feral child is that of Peter the Wild Boy, who was found in Germany in the 18th century. However, feral people were also said to exist in North America. In fact, the first recorded case of a feral child in North America was in 1835, when a boy named Victor was found in the forests of France. Victor was believed to have been living in the wild for several years and was unable to speak or communicate in any way. Other notable cases of feral children in North America include the Wild Girl of Champagne, who was found in the forests of France in 1731, and the Wild Boy of Aveyron, who was found in the forests of France in 1798. These children were often the subject of fascination and scientific study, as researchers attempted to understand the impact of living without human interaction. While cases of feral children in North America are rare, there have been several documented cases of individuals who have lived in the wild for extended periods of time. One of the most famous examples is Chris McCandless, who lived in the Alaskan wilderness for several months before his death in 1992. McCandless' story was immortalized in the book and movie Into the Wild. Another famous case is that of John Coulter, a member of the Lewis and Clark expedition who is said to have lived with Native American tribes for several years and developed extraordinary survival skills. Coulter's experiences in the wilderness were said to have been instrumental in the success of the Lewis and Clark expedition. Feral people have had a significant impact on American culture, particularly in the realm of literature and media. The story of Tarzan, for example, is based on the idea of a feral child raised by apes in the African wilderness. Other examples include Mowgli from the Jungle Book and the character of Jody in The Yearling. In addition to fiction, feral people have also been the subject of scientific study. Researchers have studied the impact of living in the wild on the human body and mind, as well as the potential for humans to develop extraordinary physical abilities through exposure to nature and the elements. While feral people are often romanticized in popular culture, the reality of living in the wild without human interaction is far from idyllic. Individuals who have lived in the wild for extended periods of time often suffer from malnutrition, exposure to the elements, and other physical and psychological challenges. Despite these challenges, the concept of feral people continues to capture the imagination of people around the world. Whether it's through literature, media, or scientific study, the idea of individuals living in the wild without human socialization remains a subject of fascination and curiosity. In conclusion, feral people have a long and complex history in North American folklore and culture. While cases of feral children are rare, individuals who have lived in the wild for extended periods of time have had a significant impact on American culture and scientific inquiry. Whether it's through literature, media, or scientific study, the concept of feral people remains a subject of fascination and curiosity in the 21st century.